Satnam guys, so I bought earphones with a mic, but they're not working, they're not even charging, so I'm gonna get some new ones shortly. Don't get your panties in a twist. Let's see what's happening today. King of Swords. When I wanted to start the reading, I actually got the sense that like you might be hungry for something, but I feel like you're about to like no longer be hungry. Now, for some of you, this might be very metaphorical. For others of you, this might be actually, you know, like some like breatharians don't eat or shit like that. But let's see what's happening, okay? I also feel the hunger might also tie in with like the earphone thing not working, like you keep having to do something in order to receive something, or you keep having to fix something or something like that, like fix your hunger. And I feel like what was like needing to be fixed is about to be no longer needing to be fixed, okay? Yeah, the King of Swords. I feel like not only is that the truth, but I also feel like this is some kind of I just heard an explanation. I feel like you're about to understand, you're about to receive and understand some kind of explanation for something being broken, or something not working out the way you had hoped it to, or something not working out the way you had wanted it to, okay? King of Swords, Knight of Wands, Eight of Cups, and the Hermit. Ace of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Temperance, Page of Swords, Two of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Sun, Strength. Okay, so for some of you, this might be an actual person, Two of Wands, that's wanting to explain to you why they kind of left you out in the cold or something, okay? But let's not get into the basic energy. Let's not do that. Be correct, pendant. More. What am I getting here? I'm also getting something about a pilgrimage. Maybe this person I'm referring to is like God or the universe, okay? Maybe you've felt, or a God or a universe, you know, like an angel or something. Maybe you felt a little bit done in. Let me see if this is gonna work. Let me see if this is gonna work. It's a little bit skewed. Let's not do it like that. Okay. I hope this is better. Maybe you felt a little bit like I have said in previous readings, God like dangling the carrot in front of you or something like that. I feel like you're about to have some kind of very full explanation as to why you had to be in hermit mode for, I'm hearing for some of you, so many years, okay? It's kind of like, I feel like there was some kind of hunger within you that you actually had to like overcome or endure in order to be welcomed at the feast. Because it's kind of like perhaps this hunger that you had was insatiable to an extent. Because it's interesting because like of course when you have the hunger you would want to be welcomed to the feast, obviously, right? So like how does that make any kind of sense? It's kind of like maybe this hunger was insatiable because that is what you kept choosing. Maybe this hunger was something to do with lust. Like it doesn't have to be lust of sex. It could be a lust of power, a lust of money, a lust of reassurance, a lust of confirmation, or something like that. You see how the two cups keep feeding each other. It's like you consistently desired some kind of holding hand energy. And I'm here to tell you that God is not the God of holding hands. God is the God of throwing in the deep end and teaching you actual liberation, teaching you actual power, teaching you actual wisdom. Not book knowledge, but actual fucking wisdom, you know? So I feel like that in and of itself, in some way, is actually already your like explanation, but I feel like you're about to receive even more, okay? It's kind of like you might have felt 4, 5, 6 that you you kept being rejected from the feast, just as the star. You kept being rejected from the feast, but in actuality, you kept walking away from the feast. In actuality, you kept walking away from the food that was being offered to you in favor of some kind of I don't know, sugary treat or some kind of GMO energy. You understand? Because listen, I know like it's kind of hard to take the self-responsibility and like actually recognize that at some point maybe you were the problem or an aspect of you created some kind of problem. But it's kind of giving this energy of like, say the feast was love, but you kept giving to everybody else instead of yourself. And then you ended up being completely tired out or completely empty. You didn't have love anymore. And you were like, well, I just needed love. But you never actually needed love because you had so much love to give. You only kept giving it to the outside world. You never gave it to yourself. Meaning you kept giving away your food, or you kept choosing some kind of situation that would that would like ensure that you didn't have food, like spiritually speaking, you understand? In that way, like you had to fix, or God had to seclude you or put you in hermit energy in order to show you that even though you thought you were doing good by always just giving love to others and not to yourself, that was exactly the thing keeping you hungry, that you were keeping yourself insatiable permanently. So I feel like this understanding you're about to have, like I feel like you're about to be very wise, or you're about to have a very enlightening or wisening experience and communication even, perhaps with God, perhaps with a person, perhaps this reading is that communication and understanding for you, you understand? But there's a need for you to actually put that understanding into embodiment, into like you need to eat the understanding, or you need to drink from that well now. Like you shouldn't be drinking from a well of needing love, because I feel like for some of you, yes, you always gave love, but in some way you were giving love in order to receive it, which is not bad, but you always had that love that you desired. You just thought you had to get it outside of you, you know, and so you gave all of it away, making yourself hungry into infinity. Oh my God, you know. But again, that is why God had to seclude you. Yeah, the Ace of Cups. That is why God had to like literally put you in hermit. And He's going to keep putting you in hermit mode until you learn this fucking lesson and drink from this cup. And drink from this well of wisdom of being like, okay, literally fuck everybody but me, you know. And then from that energy, obviously not like in a bad way, you know, of course, but then from that energy comes everything else. This is especially if you resonate with being like the bringer of prana, somebody said in my comments, or the life-giving force, or a starseed, or a God incarnate or something. Like gods don't give love, they receive it. They don't give adoration, they receive it, you understand? And so you kept giving and giving and giving without realizing that, like, I feel like you never fully recognized and realized that you weren't giving to yourself, even though you did. You knew all along, you know? I feel like you just didn't care because you were hoping somebody else would reciprocate that for you. But it was never reciprocated to you because you weren't operating in your authentic God energy, which is an energy of like, yes, you know? It's a king-like energy. It's not a pauper or peasant-like energy. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. So like even if this is like purely spiritual, right? And you're like, yes, but I just wanted the adoration or something, or I wanted somebody to give me love out of the goodness of their heart or something like that. It's like it's kind of again that feeling or that vibe of like God being alone. Like there is just God. So with Islam, it's like God praying to himself. You know, when the Hindus give their offerings to their gods, that's just God offering their like offerings to himself. You know, it's because well somebody's got to do it. You know. So I even feel the justice card again. I even feel some kind of completion within your lack of understanding. This is the card I wanted. Also the Wheel of Fortune. So the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune. There's about to be some kind of beautiful completion in regards to your lack of understanding as to literally everything you've ever gone through or something like that, and to what it means to be truly your I am. And this is your actual wish fulfillment, okay? It's being in completeness of self. Even if that means to sometimes be alone, even if that means to sometimes be arrogant, even if that means to sometimes be adored or not adored, etc., etc. But if the Ace of Pentacles, if that didn't make sense, listen to the reading again. If this last part didn't make sense, listen to this reading again, because this is your actual energy, okay? You are the life giver. So in that way, you need to actually give to yourself first before you give to anybody else. Otherwise, once again, you're going to be hungry. And like, why is nobody giving to me? Because you're not giving to yourself, God. You understand? This is a very like oneness consciousness kind of energy. And from that energy, again, comes everything else. Comes the adoration. Comes the love. Only a God can be like, yes, I'm a God. Ace of Cups again. Woo! It kind of flew out of the pack, okay? Only a God can be like, yes, I'm a God, despite what anybody does, you know? Nobody can make a God or goddess or whatever believe that they are one, but themselves, you know? And that's just what it is, okay? Thank you so much, guys. That was your reading. Thank you for liking, subscribing, donating, contacting me for a personal reading. Everything is in the description box down below. I will see you again for another one. Barakum.